Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to be showing you how I made some delicious chicken meatball soup. As you can see, my chicken are white meat chicken tenders that I got from Stop and Shop. They were half price. They are white meat chicken. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going to be opening up the package and rinsing them all off under cold water. You always want to wash your chicken before you use it. And then I will show you the next step. Okay, so I do have my my grinder attachment attached to my KitchenAid stand mixer, and what I'm doing is I'm putting the chicken tenders in one at a time, and I'm gonna mute the back of the video so you don't hear the machine. It's very loud, so I will do that. So I'm just grinding up the chicken tenders. I did chop up a half of an onion, and it was a small onion. So I cut that into pieces and I put that in, as well with some black pepper. So the onion actually went through the grinder. And then at the end I put some parsley, fresh parsley leaves. So I'm just grinding my own chicken. It's so much cheaper to do it this way than to buy it already ground. And especially if you're using just plain chicken cutlets, you know that there's no fat in it. You can trim all the fat off. So this is just all white meat chicken tenders, no dark meat at all. So it's 0 points. So I'm just grinding it. Again, with my KitchenAid attachment. And you could do this with turkey breast, you could do this with beef, you could do it with pork, anything you'd like. But to keep it at the 0 points, today I'm doing chicken. So I'm sorry I'm out of focus, but where my camera was, I even had it up high. I just couldn't get me putting the stuff in. So I already had put the onion in, and I think this is where I'm putting the parsley in. So if it comes out green, then we know it's the parsley. And you could add anything, cloves of garlic, any type of seasoning. Yeah, see the green coming out? So that's my parsley. And it kind of juices it, and it really makes the meat flavorful. So I like doing it this way. So I just want to get all that goodness out, because all my chicken is already ground. So I'm just taking the attachment apart. You got to kind of pop that out with a knife. And then inside there's all parsley and more chicken, ground chicken left inside of it. So I'm just going to take it off, and I'm going to get out whatever's left in there. Also, after I show you my soup, I'm going to be showing you how I did my 0 point chicken fried rice. Came out delicious. So stay tuned for that at the end. It's really very good. I was very pleased with it. So I'm getting all that goodness out. Sorry I'm out of the frame. I apologize for that. So now that I have all of my ground chicken, I'm going to be taking a half a teaspoon, and I'm going to be adding, I put salt a little bit of black pepper. Now I'm going to be putting some garlic powder. And that's a half a teaspoon, so that's basically 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. And then I have some chopped chives, so I'll be adding some chopped chives to it. So I'm just going to mix that up. I do end up adding some onion powder as well. And it needed a little bit more salt and a little bit more black pepper. So basically that's the only spices, was the onion powder, garlic powder, the onion that I put through the machine with the chicken, the fresh chopped parsley, chives, and salt and pepper. And they were so flavorful. It really needs that onion powder and that garlic powder. Because just white meat chicken is just so bland and really not good. So you really need to spice it up very well. Yeah, so this is where I have the onion powder. And the same thing, one teaspoon, that's a half, and then there's another one. And it just adds so much. You really need to really spice up your chicken when you're doing chicken patties, or you're doing the chicken meatballs, or turkey meatballs. And there I put a little more salt. So 1 teaspoon of salt. I had only put a half a teaspoon in prior, which was off camera. And then a little bit more black pepper. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to continue to mix this. And then I'm going to be weighing and rolling my meatballs into 1 ounce meatballs. So I have my little stock pot, and I'm going to be spraying it with the olive oil that I got from Walmart. You just want to do a generous spray. You don't want that chicken to stick to the hot pot because it has no fat in it whatsoever. And it'll just stick to the bottom of your pot and they'll fall apart and you'll have a mess. So you definitely, if you want, you can just add a tablespoon of olive oil. But I find that's a little too much and I don't want to count the points for the oil. So I just do the cooking spray. And so I have my scale over there. And I'm just going to be weighing out. I'm going to put my gloves back on. I'm going to set it and tare it to 0. This soup really came out so good. I was amazed. The meatballs were delicious. And it gave the soup a lot of flavor as well. So it was really very, very tasty. I mean, you could put any spices in that you want, but I just feel with the onion powder, garlic powder, the chives, the grated onion going through the machine, salt, pepper, delicious. So I'm just making one ounce little meatballs, rolling them, and I'm just going to put them all in the bottom of the pot. I'm going to do 5 containers of soup, so I'm only going to do 3 meatballs in each soup. This is just for like a little lunch or whatever. It's not a full dinner meal. It is 0 point, so you could always have like a half a sandwich or something with it if you'd like. So I'm just doing 1 ounce meatballs. And I'm going to cook them, and then whatever's left, I'm going to be using for my chicken fried rice, which was to die for. Okay, so my meatballs have been cooking for a few minutes, about 8 to 10 minutes. I had the lid on, and I turn them frequently, and they are delicious. So now what I'm adding to my pot is 2 cups of celery chopped, 2 cups of carrots chopped, diced, and 1 cup of onion, yellow onion. And then I'm going to be adding 6 cups of water. It's such an easy, simple soup to do, and it was delicious. And 0 points. I only did, what do you call it? The little containers. So each container had about 1 cup of the vegetables, 1 cup of the broth, and 3 meatballs. So it was 0 points. So that's 6 cups of water. I'm going to put it up to high. And I'm going to cook this for about 25 minutes to a half hour on a nice boil until all the vegetables are nice and tender. I might have even cooked it a little bit longer because on the other side, I'm doing my rice, which I'm going to show you the videos of that at the end. And that rice came out delicious. So I'm just going to cut, I put in, I'm putting it up high, and I put in chicken bouillon. So I was going to use this Maggi that I just bought, but I remembered I had a box of the Knorr Chicken Bullion Cubes, which I like the flavor of the Knorr better. But they had that Maggi on sale at Walmart, so I just picked that up so I have it in the house. So I'm actually adding 2 cubes now, but then I tasted it and I felt like it needed a little bit more chickeny flavor, so I added 1 more. So I'm just going to cover that and let it boil, and I'll show you what it looks like at the end. Absolutely delicious. Oh, I added 1 teaspoon of chives. I like fresh chopped parsley in my soup, and I didn't have any left. So that's why I did that. Okay, so while that soup is cooking, let's get started on the chicken fried rice. So I heated up my Curtis Stone grill. I'm going to be spraying it with that olive oil spray, just a little bit, to make sure that nothing sticks. And I have a bag of the riced vegetable medley from Trader Joe's. So that's going to act as my rice. And then that's the leftover ground chicken mixture, which is very flavorful to begin with. And then that's 2 scrambled eggs. So everything is 0 points. So I really didn't add any spices to the vegetables because that meat has so much flavor in it already. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be putting the meat on the grill. And this is actually another Curtis Stone grill that my mother bought me, because the first one, even on the lowest setting, it burns everything. And it got like a really black, dark circle going around the middle, so I'm actually returning it because it's got a 1-year warranty on it. So this is actually a brand new one. So I just put the rest of that ground chicken on the grill. I think I have it up to like 350. So once it starts cooking, I'm just going to move it around, and I'm going to like chop it up into smaller pieces. And like I said, all those spices are in there, so you don't have to add anything, except for I'm going to add to the egg mixture some soy sauce and some teriyaki. Like a tablespoon and a half, and that's it. And that's going to flavor this whole entire thing and make it taste like it was from the Chinese. It came out really good. So as you can see, I'm just moving it around, cooking it, trying to chop it up to little pieces. So now what I'm going to do is I am adding my riced vegetables from Trader Joe's. I'm not putting the whole entire bag in, because what I did was I actually saved like about maybe a cup. Yeah, maybe just a cup out of there, and I threw it in the soup. So I didn't film that part, but so I just saved, and it was just chopped green onion, cauliflower, broccoli, carrots that was in this mixture. So I just felt that it was too much, like for my grill to handle. Like I wanted it to get cooked faster, so I just didn't put it all on. So I did throw that, like I said, there was like about a cup left in the bag, and I threw that in the soup, which it was delicious. So it came out really good. You could have put spinach in that soup too. I just didn't have any spinach on hand. I usually like spinach in my meatballs. I like spinach in my soup, but I didn't have spinach today, so that's why I didn't do it. So I'm still just chopping up that chicken and getting all those vegetables mixed in. And I'm just going to let this continue to cook on the grill. I'm going to continue to stir it and flip it with the spatula for about 15-20 minutes. I just want to get those vegetables a little softened. I still want them to have a little bite. I don't want them mushy. And once they get cooked, you know, about another 5 minutes or so, 5 to 8 minutes, then I'm just going to pour the egg on it, and I'll show you what comes next. Alright, so it's been about 10 minutes, and my vegetables are getting nice and soft. So now I have my 2 scrambled eggs. So now what I'm doing is I'm taking some low sodium teriyaki, and I'm putting 1.5 teaspoons, which, watch, oops, overflowed a little bit, so I think that was more like 2 teaspoons. And then some soy sauce. I didn't have low sodium on hand, but you could even get that amino acid stuff. I forget what it's called. I saw it at Trader Joe's that you can use instead of soy sauce, but I'm not really counting the soy sauce or the teriyaki because I'm making 3 portions with this, and it's not even going to be a point for that. And I don't use a lot of my other points, you know, the extra points for the week anyhow. So usually like a soy sauce or a mustard, ketchup, I don't count any of that. So now what I'm doing is I'm just pouring it all over the rice mixture. And so it's got the 0-point chicken, the 0 vegetables, and the 0 eggs. Now you just want to cook it till that egg gets scrambled in and cooked throughout all of that that vegetable, riced vegetable medley. I was really surprised how good it came out. I had seen somebody else making it on YouTube. I forget what her name was. I don't want to say the wrong name and then it was somebody else. I would feel bad. But I'm going to have to go back into videos and see who it was. And then, you know, after I post this one, I could always add it to the description. I mean, hers was a little bit different. She didn't season the meat. She just put and she did it with turkey. So, this is like, it's a play on hers, but this is my own recipe. I just, like, made this up as I was going, but it came out delicious, trust me. And it made, like I did 1 cup portions. And then there was a little bit left, so I put a little bit in each one of the 3 containers. So it actually ended up being like 1 cup and a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons worth. So there you go. I'm just continuing to stir fry it. If you have a wok, you can do it in a wok. You don't need a grill like this. You can do it in a saute pan. You could do it in a stock pot, whatever you want to use, but you do not have to have a grill like this to make this rice. I keep saying rice, even though it's vegetables, but you really feel like you're eating fried rice. I'm not joking. Like, it's really that good. I'm about to taste it. So good. Like, I was very surprised. I will be making this often because when I crave Chinese food, this will satisfy me. And I wish I had some, what do you call it? Some green scallion onion to, like, garnish on the top of it after it was done. Because that would be real good, too. So if you're going to make this, make sure you grab yourself some green onion, too. Alright, so that's how the rice came out. And then I'm going to show you how I plated up everything into my portions, and I'll be back. So here you have it. I was able to make 5 containers of soup, which I ate that one for lunch today. It was so good. So I have 4 left over for the week. And then I was able, with that rice mixture on the grill, to make 3. 1, 2, 3. And that was 1 cup servings. And then I had the 5 soups. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're not subscribed, please hit that subscription button. Please hit the notification bell. I do have a 1-point chicken tenders with a 0-point dipping sauce, turkey, chili, a lot of other recipes that are going to be coming up for Weight Watchers. So thanks for watching and have a blessed day.